Tesvav Amud Beis will begin Tesvav Amud Aleph, 3 lines from the bottom. So we learned in our Mishnah, we had the machlokes by a person recited Shema v'lo yishmi lo ozna. That Tanakama says Yatsa, Rabbi Yehuda says Yatsa, Rabbi Yosi says lo Yatsa. Tanan Hasam we learned in Megillah HaKol Kshem Likra says Megillah. Everyone is kosher to recite the Megillah chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan, except a cheresh, a shaita, someone who's deaf, a deranged person, v'katan, and a minor. Rabbi Yehuda machshir b'katan. Rabbi Yehuda is machshir b'katan. So Tosfos learns, speaks out that the issue by a katan is whether a katan can be mitzi a gadol. Can he discharge the gadol's chiyuv? And normally, generally speaking, someone who is not mechuyev b'davar, he cannot be mitzi someone who is mechuyev. A katan, his chiyuv is a lesser chiyuv. The mitzvah megillah is the rabbanan, but any chiyuv for a katan is a further step removed, is a trade rabbanan, it's a second rabbanan. So the issue is, can someone who's mechuyev in trade rabbanan, a katan, can he be mitzi a gadol whose chiyuv is a greater chiyuv? It's only chad rabbanan. Al kol panim, in any event, we see that the Tana says that a kol kshem chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan. Man Tana cheresh the eved nami loy. Who's the Tana that says that a cheresh, even b'di eved, he cannot be yaitze? We're assuming over here that it means that chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan means even b'di eved. Omer Rav Maser Rav Yosi, Rav Yosi of our Mishnah, Disnana Keres Shema, V'lo Yishmi Lozna Yotza Div Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosi Omer Lo Yotza. He's not Yotza. So similarly by Megillah, it's Rabbi Yosi where we're assuming that he's not Yotza even b'di'evet. Correct the Gemara Mimaider of Yosi with the Evan Nami Loy. How do you know that the Mishnah Megillah, when it says chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan, means even b'di'evet he's not yaitze, and the Tana is Rabbi Yosi. Dilma Rabbi Yehuda u'lacharchila hu deloy hadi evet shapid dame. Perhaps the Tana is Rabbi Yehuda, and what it means chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan means only that lacharchila he should not, but b'di'evet he would be yaitze. Mar says lo yisal k'daitach t'ktani cheresh dumi the shaita v'katan. It puts in one category cheresh shaita v'katan. Ma shaita v'katan di'evet nami loy, just like shaita v'katan. Even b'di'evet you're not yaitz. Shaita certainly is deranged, so he's not a bar chiyuv, he can't be yaitz. Now we're assuming over here the type of katan that we're talking about is type of katan that is a shelo yagia l'chinuch, and therefore it's dumya do a shaita, and also b'di'evet you're not yaitza. So we have in one category shaita v'katan together with cheresh. Av cheresh the nami loy. So therefore we would assume that by cheresh also b'di'evet is not yaitza. Practically more no. V'dilma hakadisa. Maybe it's one general category as that chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan, but they each have their separate individual dinim, and therefore maybe it is by the cheresh that b'di'evet he would be yaitze, and that the Tana is Rabbi Yehuda, not Rabbi Yosi. Correct the Gemara Yomi Masechet look like Rabbi Yehuda. How could you possibly say that the Tana of Megillah is Rabbi Yehuda? I have a Tana Sefer Rabbi Yehuda machshir b'katan. It says in the Sefer Rabbi Yehuda is machshir b'katan. Michal the Reisha love Rabbi Yehuda. He does that not imply that the Reisha is not Rabbi Yehuda? The Sefer says Rabbi Yehuda is machshir b'katan. Doesn't that imply that until now the Tana was not Rabbi Yehuda? From the Gemara, no. V'dilma kulu Rabbi Yehuda. Maybe it's all Rabbi Yehuda. V'treigav and the katan, and we're talking about two different types of a katan. V'chasura mechser v'hachita. Hakol ksherim l'krei says the Megillah. All are kosher to recite the Megillah. Chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan, except the chayzer shaita v'katan. B'med dvarim b'amurim b'katan shelo higia l'chinuch. That's only by a katan shelo higia l'chinuch. Aval b'katan shehigia l'chinuch. Afil l'chapila kosher the Rabbi Yehuda shir Rabbi Yehuda machshir b'katan. Maybe I'll tell you that Rabbi Yehuda holds that even though he said by Krishma, if lo yishmi lo, so you didn't hear what you're saying, you're yaitz, so that's only b'di'evet l'chapila, you're required to hear what you're saying. And perhaps the Tana of Megillah is Rabbi Yehuda. And when it says chutz mecheresh shaita v'katan, the cheresh means only l'chapila. that he's not, but b'diavad he would be yoitze. And the entire Mishnah over there is Tana is Rav Yehuda. In the ratio it says chutz mecher shoyta v'katan means a katan shelo yigi l'chinuch. In the Sefer it's talking about a katan shehigi l'chinuch, and there Rav Yehuda is mater is maksher even l'chadchila. Correct the Gemara. B'maya kim to Rav Yehuda v'diavad in l'chadchila loy. Well, right now you're learning that Rav Yehuda holds that you're only yoytze b'diavad if you didn't hear what you were saying. But l'chadchila, you should not recite it. However, we have clearly a shita that holds even l'chadchila, it's proper. Even l'chadchila, it's mutter. So according to what you've just stated, it'll come out like neither of them. If it's Rabbi Yehuda, you've just said that l'chadchila, he says it's not proper, and here we're saying this even l'chadchila it's permitted. According to Rabbi Yosi, even b'diavad it's not yaitze. You're going to say that Rabbi Yehuda Shita therefore must mean that even the L'chadchila is permitted, and this Shita is the Shita of Rabbi Yehuda. But we clearly have a Shita that says that L'chadchila you should not do it. It's only b'diavad that you're yotzim. We have by Birchas Hamazon lo yavarach adam Birchas Hamazon beliba v'im Birch yotza, and if he did, he's yotzim money according to what you've just said now. Lo Rabbi Yehuda v'lo Rabbi Yosi. Rabbi Yehuda ha amar afilu l'chadchila nami. If it's according to Rabbi Yehuda, he says even l'chadchila it's permitted. Rabbi Yosi amar afilu b'diavad nami loy. The Gemara answers, Lo oilam Rabbi Yehuda hi v'afilu l'chadchila nami. Now, really, I'll tell you, perhaps Rabbi Yehuda says it's permitted even l'chadchila. Now, we do have a man damar by Birchas Hamazon that says l'chadchila you shouldn't do it. Maybe I'll tell you that's not Rabbi Yehuda. There's two different shittas. Rabbi Yehuda himself holds even l'chadchila is permitted. Rabbi Yehuda, in the name of his Rebbe, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, holds l'chadchila you should not do it. He says you are required l'chadchila to hear what you're saying. Shenemar Shema Yisrael. So Shema Yisrael, so you have to hear what you're saying. Amar loy Rab Meir, Harei Yoimar Shenachim Etzav Chayim Al Levavecha Achar Kavanos Alev Hein Hein Advarim. Rabbi Meir says that no, you're not required. It's al levavecha, it's in the heart. You don't have to hear what you're saying. So therefore, we have the shita of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, and he holds that l'chadchila you have to hear what you're saying. So perhaps the shita of the Tana of Birchas Hamazon is Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Somebody says now, however, now that you've introduced Rabbi Meir, who holds that even l'chadchila is permitted, now we can resolve everything. You can say Rabbi Yehuda holds like Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, like his Rabbi, but like Kasha. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Meir. And now you resolved everything, because the Tana that holds that even l'chadchila is permitted, that's going according to Rabbi Meir. The Tana that holds like by Birchas Hamazon, so they hold it's only b'diavad, that is Rabbi Yehuda, who goes with the sheet of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. The Tana of Truma, who says even l'chadchila is permitted, is Rabbi Meir. The Tana of Birchas Hamazon is Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Rabbi Yehuda. And Rabbi Yosi holds even b'diavad that you're not yet. So we have three distinct sheets. Amar of Chisda, Amar of Shila, Halacha, Rabbi Yehuda, Sham, Mishum, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. The Halacha is Rabbi Yehuda. The Halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda said the name of Rabbi Azariah, and Rabbi Yehuda, which seems to be redundant. It's the same shita, as we're saying now. Amar says, it's Shricha. No, you have to tell me both. If you only told me that halacha is Rabbi Yehuda, I might have thought, like we assumed originally, that Rabbi Yehuda holds even the l'chadchila is permitted. And therefore, he tells me that the halacha is Mishum Rabbi ben Azariah, that it's only b'diavad, but l'chadchila he must hear what he's saying. If it only told me that halacha, I would have misinterpreted Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. I would have thought, Sorach, he has to hear what he said, and if he didn't, it's farfal and he's not yotzim. Kamash Malan, Halach Rav Yehuda, that he is Yaitza B'di'evet. It's only a requirement L'chatchila. Amar Rav Yosef, Machlekes V'Krish, the Machlekes V'Krish, Aval B'Shar Mitzvahs, Dirakol Yotza. By other mitzvahs, you are Dirakol. You are not Yaitza T'chsiv Haskes U'Shma Yisrael, which we are assuming right now is applying to other mitzvahs. And it says Shema Yisrael. You have to hear what you're saying. Meisvel asks you Kasha Lo Yavarach Adam Birchas Hamazon Believe Avim Birch Yotza. You see clearly that by other mitzvahs, that with the Eved you are Yaitza. The machlekes is v'krishma d'chsiv Shema Yisrael. Aval b'shar mitzvahs divrei hakol yotza. You are divrei hakol b'di'evet your yotza. It's only an issue by kriyashma that Rav Yossi says b'di'evet you're not. But other mitzvahs you are yotza. It's not a ma'akev b'di'evet. I vaksiv haskes v'shma Yisrael. It says haskes v'shma Yisrael, where it says hahu b'divrei Torah ksiv. Not like we assumed before that it's referring to other mitzvahs. It's not referring to other mitzvahs. It's talking b'divrei Torah. By divrei Torah, you have to concentrate and hear what you're saying. So machlokes rishonim, you actually have to hear what you're saying or understand what you're saying. But the mitzvah of divrei Torah involves comprehension, hearing, or understanding, or both. But by shar mitzvahs, then everyone holds that b'di'evet you would be yoitze even if he didn't hear what he was saying. Voice here he says, so the Mishnah said a different halacha that if he did not pronounce the words clearly, if he connected the words, if he did not enunciate them properly, if he swallowed up the words, so it's a machlekes if you're yoitze or not. We have these two machlekes in Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yossi. The Reisha was as far as if he lo yishmiel lo, as if he didn't hear what he's saying, we're paskin lahakal b'di'evet yer yaitza. And here also b'di'evet yer yaitza, even if he did not properly space the words. Another memra from the same Amdamar. Three things will not be satisfied. So the first two that are mentioned are the grave and the narrow womb. What's the connection between the two? Just like the rechem is machnis, the zera maitzi, the vlad, the child. Avshol machnis is machnis amesim maitzi, and it also is maitzi. There'll be trias amesim. V'alay dvarim kal v'chayim. It's a kal v'chayim. Ma rechem shemachnisim b'chashoy. It's machnisim in secret. Might see me when the child is born, this with screaming and crying. The grave, which are machnis boy with crying and screaming. Certainly, it's might see him. The Tchias HaMesim will be with great koiles, the kol shofar, the great sound of the shofar. From here we see a response to those who say there's no remez Tchias HaMesim. You see here in this pasuk of Mishlei, a remez of Tchias HaMesim. Everything has to be recorded. Meaning, when we have the parasha of the Shema, it's not only the Kabbalah's all Machul Shemayim and the Kabbalah's all mitzvahs, but even the psukim that are tzavois, are commandments, also that have to be written in the parashas. Parshas of Tilan, Parshas of Mezuzahs, they also have to be recorded. Afilu tzavois, even the commandments have to be recorded. Amalei, Domalach Mani, whose sheet is this? It must be Rabbi Yehuda, must be the sheet of Rabbi Yehuda, Domar Gabi Soita, because he says, Lagabi the Parsha of Soita, the woman who's suspected of being unfaithful. So we write down the parshas. We're Meichel the Shem Hashem in the waters, and we give her to drink. And if she was sinned, then she has this curse. So in the parashas that we write down, Rabbi Yehuda says, "Gabi Soita olas kaisav tzavois and a kaisa." The commandments where it says "V'hish bia kohen," the kohen makes her swear, etc. We do not record that. We only record the curses, what happens to her. Now, v'hasam dutziv v'kasav as ha'olas hail. It's dafka over there because it says that he writes the curse. But here it's complete. It's even the commandments to write are also included in the parashas. What do you mean? He doesn't say it's because it says the kosav. that kosa would imply that it's not complete, and over here so tam that it implies that it's complete. That's not the reason. Time at the always. It says all curses, always in Savos Light. It's only the curses that are recorded, and not the commandments. The way Rashi seems to be learning, it says always Eila, these. But Al Kolponim, it's not because Kosav does not imply complete. Thereby saying by here it's required to say Chsaf Tam to imply complete. It's over there because there's a miyut. It's a miyut because it's all Eila. Dafka the curses are recorded, not the tzavois. So what makes us require over here Chsaf Tam a riboy? What is it? It's true. I might have thought yes, but after the fact, by Saitam, it says only. It only says always, not Savoyas, and it says because of I might have learned out Xer Shov from there to here, and therefore say here as well. What it means is only the not the Savoyas. It means only the Kabbalah Zolmach Shemaim, etc. And it's only therefore it would exclude the Tzavos. Mahasam all the sin Savoyas loy apachanamit Savoyas loy would include the Tzavoyas. That's why we need the rebo over here, that it has to be complete, even the tzavois. Tani Rava Vaji Kami the Rava Tam. Your learning should be complete. You have to give a space between the words, have to be spaced. So the words are not swallowed up. Ani Rava Basrei Kigon Levavech. The al ends with a lamed, levavecha starts with a lamed, there has to be a space, so one of the lameds aren't swallowed up. Al levavchem, same idea. Bechol levavchem, Esev ends with a vase, besad vavartem mehira. Hakanav psil, eschem meheretz. Anyone who says Krishma and he's careful not to swallow up the words, the Gehenna is cooled off for him. When he scatters the kings in Eretz Yisrael, the darkness will be whitened. I'll take if he enunciates. I'll take Rabbi Tzalmain, Ela B'Tzalmavis. Don't read B'Tzalmavis. The Gehenna will be cooled off if he enunciates the words, he clarifies the words, he doesn't swallow up the letters. The Taisus brings down the rift. It gives other examples. For instance, V'chora af. You shouldn't say V'chraf. Right? It has to be spaced so words are not misconstrued and letters are not swallowed.